We're going to climb into our lesson today. Welcome back, boys and girls. Listen to these words and listen for the sound they all have in common. Gnat, gnash, gnome. What sound do you hear in all of those words? Gnat, gnash, gnome. We hear the N sound in each one of those words. Let's take a look at these words up on the board. Gnat, gnash, gnome. What is making the N sound in each of these words? GN is making the N sound in each one of these words. Now listen to these words and listen for the sound they all have in common. Knife, knee, knock. What sound do you hear at the beginning of each of those words? We hear the N sound again. Let's take a closer look. Knife, knee, knock. What do you see that could be making the N sound? We see KN at the beginning of each of those words. Now listen to these words and listen for the sound they all have in common. Wrist, wrap, wren. What sound do you hear in all of those words? We hear the sound in all of those words. Let's take a closer look. Wrist, wrap, wren. What do you see that could be making the sound? Yes, WR is making the sound in each one of these words. What do all of these words have in common? All of these words have a silent letter. A silent letter is a letter whose sound we do not pronounce. In each of these words, the silent letter is G, K, and W. In Old English days, these letters were pronounced, but slowly the sound of G, K, and W were dropped. So now we call those letters ghost letters. You may have noticed that the letter clusters GN, KN, and WR are all digraphs because they each make one sound. A digraph is two letters that come together to make one sound. So today we've been learning about some new digraphs. But remember, these digraphs have a ghost letter. So when we see this card, we're going to say ghost letter digraph KN. And to help us remember what sound ghost letter digraph KN makes, we have not N. We also have ghost letter digraph GN. And to remember what sound ghost letter digraph GN makes, we have gnat N. And we also have ghost letter digraph WR. And to remember what sound ghost letter digraph WR makes, we have wreath, When we code ghost letter digraphs, we're going to underline them and we're going to cross out our ghost letter. Let's finish coding our words. Let's start with our first word. Look for your vowel. We have a vowel followed by a consonant, so we're going to code it with a breve. Let's look at our next word. Look for the vowel. We have a vowel followed by a consonant digraph this time, but we'll take care of that after we take care of our vowel. A vowel followed by a consonant is short, and we code it with a breve. Now let's underline our consonant digraph, and there we go. Our next word. Look carefully at these vowels. We have sneaky E at the end, so we're going to cross it out, and it jumps over and makes the O long and say its name. What do we have in this word again? There is sneaky E again, so we're going to cross it out, and it's going to jump over and make the I long and say its name. What do we have here? It's digraph EE, so we're going to underline it, and we're going to cross out the second E because it is silent. And we're going to put a macron over the first E so we remember that it's long and it says its name. Let's start with our vowel. We have a vowel followed by another consonant digraph. A vowel followed by a consonant is short, and we code it with a breve. Now, how do we code this consonant digraph? We're going to underline it, and we're going to cross out the C because it is silent. Let's look for our vowel. A vowel followed by a consonant is short, and we code it with a breve. Look for the vowel. A vowel followed by a consonant is short, and we code it with a breve. And one more. Another vowel followed by a consonant, so we're going to code it with a breve. Let's go ahead and code some words up on the board. But before we do that, let's review some of our rules. We have our vowel consonant rule. A vowel followed by a consonant is short, and we code it with a breve. We also have our long vowel rule. An open, accented vowel is long, and we code it with a macron. We also have our vowel consonant E rule. A vowel followed by a consonant and a silent E is long, and we code the vowel with a macron and cross out the silent E. Remember, when we hear a vowel make the sound, that means we need to code it with a schwa. We'll usually do this with the words the and And we have our syllable division pattern we've been working with. When there are two consonants between the vowels, split them. And that's where we have our syllables. When Y is a vowel, how do we code it? We code it with a dot. And if it makes its long I sound, then we also code it with a macron. How do we code a digraph? We code a digraph by underlining it. Some of the digraphs we've learned so far are digraph CH, digraph PH, digraph TH, digraph OO, digraph EE, digraph SH, digraph NG, digraph CK, and digraph EA. How do we code ghost letters? We cross them out. Some of our ghost letter digraphs we've learned are ghost letter digraph WR, ghost letter digraph KN, and ghost letter digraph GN. Now let's go ahead and practice coding our words. Let's start with this sentence. Let's look at the first word first. What do you see at the end of the word? We know that when we see an E at the end of a word, normally it's going to be a silent E. So let's go ahead and let's cross it out so we remember that it's silent. Now let's go ahead and look at digraph EA. We're going to underline it because it's a digraph. Now in this word, digraph EA is going to make its long E sound. So in order to do that, we're going to cross out our A because it's silent, and we're going to put a macron over the E so we remember it's going to make its long sound, E, E, E. Now one more thing with this word, let's take care of that S. When I have an S that comes after a vowel sound, it's going to make its voiced sound. So I'm going to draw a voice line through it so I remember that it goes Z, Z, Z. Now let's move on to the next word. Let's start with our vowels. We see sneaky E at the end of the word. Remember, sneaky E jumps over and makes the I long and say its name. We need to do something else with this word. We have digraph WR. But remember, it's not just a digraph. It's a ghost letter digraph. So let's cross out the W because it is silent. Now let's look at our next word. How do we code this word? We code it with a schwa because it's going to make the sound. Now our next word, how do we code our vowel? Is it followed by a consonant? So it's going to be short and we're going to code it with a breve. Anything else in this word? We have digraph NG, so let's underline it. On to the next word. What do you see next to the vowel? Yes, we have combination OR, so let's draw an arc under it. Now our next word, we know how to code this word. We need to put a schwa over the E, underline our digraph TH, and we know that in this word, digraph TH makes its voiced sound. So we're going to draw a line through it so we remember that. And now our last word. In this word, our digraph EA is going to be making the long E sound again. So let's go ahead and cross out our A and put a macron over the E so we remember that it's making that long E sound. And our sentence says, please write a song for the team. Let's look at our next sentence. We have a little short word there. How should we code it? Yes, an open, accented vowel is long, and we code it with a macron. And the rest of that rule, an open, accented vowel. There we go. Now, let's look at the vowel in the next word. We have a vowel followed by a consonant, so it's going to be short, so we're going to code it with a breve. Anything else in that word? There's digraph TH, so let's go ahead and underline it. In this word, digraph TH is making its unvoiced sound, so we can leave it alone. On to the next word. Ooh, what do you see here? Look towards the end of the word. Yes, we have final stable syllable, K-L-E. So we're going to bracket it off. We're going to draw a line through our E because it's silent. And we're going to put an accent mark after our first syllable. Now let's finish coding our word. Look at our first syllable. Look for the vowel. Is it followed by a consonant? So it's going to be short, and we're going to code it with a breve. What else do we see here? We see digraph KN. But what else about digraph KN? That's right, ghost letter digraph KN. So let's cross out that ghost letter. Now, one more thing that you can do is you can cross out the letter C, so you remember only to make one K sound in the middle of the word. On to our next word. Look towards the end of the word. We have suffix ing, so we're going to box it in. I know that suffix ing adds a syllable to a word. So I need to put an accent mark after the first syllable. The reason I put my accent mark there is because I'm going to cross out my second P so I remember not to read that double consonant there. Now let's code our vowel in our first syllable. We have a vowel followed by a consonant, so we're going to code it with a breve. Let's go on to our next word. We have a vowel followed by a consonant, so we're going to code it with a breve. What do we need to do to the consonant? We know this word. Yes, in this word, the S is going to be making its voiced sound. So let's go ahead and cross it out. Now our next word, we have a vowel followed by a consonant, so it's going to be short. So we're going to code it with a breve. Watch out here. We saw this word earlier. Yes, we have combination OR. So let's draw an arc underneath. Now our next word, where's our vowel? Yes, our vowel is vowel Y. So let's put a dot over it. And in this word, vowel Y is going to make the long I sound. So let's go ahead and draw a macron over it. So we remember that it's going to go I. One more thing, an open, accented vowel. Don't forget that accent. And our last word. What should we do? Look at the end of the word. We have suffix S, so let's draw a box around it. And when suffix S comes after the letter D, it's going to make its voiced sound. So let's draw a voice line through it so we remember. Now let's look for our vowel. We have a vowel followed by a consonant, so we're going to code it with a breve. Good job today, boys and girls. Don't forget, look out for those ghost letters as you're working along. Let's see how many ghost letters you can find today in your work. We'll see you later. Bye.